Welcome, welcome. Good evening, and welcome to Around the Table. It's Friday night, and you know what that means. I'm here, ready to sit for the next 40 minutes with you and you with me. You know what we do on Friday night. Get whatever it is that you would like to drink. Tonight, I have, guess what? Iced tea. And so, whatever you need to stay around for the next 40 minutes, because we are going to have a great time tonight. My guest tonight is someone that all of us need in our lives. Whew. And some of us are afraid to admit it. But when she tells you how to do it and what to do, I promise you, you will never feel that way again. I am Vision Coach Alicia, and I help women to develop their businesses by starting. START, simply take another risk today. You know, we take a risk in everything else, but when it comes to us doing something that we want to do, we procrastinate. But tonight, just get started. Simply take another risk today. Because what I do is I help you to overcome all those obstacles that stop you from moving forward in your business. And this evening, I am so excited, and I'm not going to delay this conversation. I've been looking forward to it for the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks, because this is so much needed. So let me bring my guest up tonight. And here she is,
Awesome.
Takima.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Absolutely wonderful. And how are you?
I am good. It's good to be here tonight.
Well, listen, you come looking radiant, you come looking beautiful.
Thank
So we're
you.
ready to be uplifted tonight by you. So, Takima, tell me who you are.
My name is Takima Rogers. I am the owner of Anointed To Organize, where I will come into your home, your business, or any space that you might have and organize your life. But first, we have to understand mind, body, and soul of why you're holding on to what you're holding on to. Luke 9:3 says, allow God to declutter your life. I am the declutter coach. I try to help people organize their lives from what just happened. Hold on one second. There I am. I help people organize their lives from getting their houses in order to their offices in order to even their computers. And sometimes they just need administrative help, just getting their paperwork and everything in order to make sure they have what they need. And that's what I'm here to do.
Awesome. So, how long have you been doing this?
I would say all my life. I have hoarders in my family. It started with my
Okay.
mom, and I used to go and help clean her house between the ages of 9 and 10. And she would have this one room that just had all this stuff in it, where she would just go to yard sales and just buy and buy and buy. So after a while, by the time I was like 13, maybe 14, I started organizing her house. I started going through the stuff that she would have, and I would get rid of it, or we would find people in the family that could use it because she had multiple of everything. She had multiple pots and pan sets, multiple plates. And then I noticed it poured over to my auntie and my mom, to where when they would get depressed, they would go and shop and they would just have multiple things. So I just started and I asked God to give me a servant's heart, but also a organizing mind, to where I can just organize things for my family so we could break that curse of people holding on to stuff.
Awesome. 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 Listen, let me just tell you, I've been anticipating this for the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks, because um you know that I just transitioned
Mm-hmm.
from one state to another. Um, and because of some of the things that I listened to you that you spoke about in one of the rooms of the network that we both belong to, I
Yeah.
was able to implement some of those things in packing, storing, and getting rid of stuff before I left the Virgin Islands. So I was not overwhelmed, because I listened to a couple of replays that you were on, and I listened closely and I took notes. I went back to one of my books and really looked at some things that you spoke about about decluttering. And so with that, I was able to lighten, the
Mhm.
load and move in here. Good evening, good evening. Dr. Nikki Ziegler, thank you for tuning
Yeah,
in. I see you there,
that's
dear
good.
Antoinette
So much to
Robinson.
hear.
Thank you all so much for coming in. Okay, okay. Listen, let me ask you this. I know that you said that you had hoarders in your family.
Yes.
So, usually in a business, when we start
Hmm.
a business, we are there to solve a problem.
Hmm.
So, you actually saw a problem and
Yes.
you decided that you were going to solve it. But what I heard was that your gift will
Hmm.
make room for you. So, would you
Yes.
say that doing this, you're actually walking in that which is your gift?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And I realized that it was my gift because I could go into my grandmother's house. It would take my mom and my aunties and my older cousins hours. They would be sitting there. They would start at like 6 in the morning and they would be there all day. So it was just one day I was just there and I said, well, y'all don't worry about it. I'll do it myself. And they was like, but that's a lot. I had it done within like 4 to 5 hours compared to them doing it all day. I had it done within 4 to 5 hours and I was done. I had the pots and pans in one section. I had the clothing neatly folded and put in a section. I had the dolls in a section. But I started noticing that I loved everything to be neat. And in my mind, I had categorized it and I cataloged it. So I turned into that
Mm.
person whenever they were going to my grandmother's house and they couldn't find anything because I organized it. Oh, go to the back room to the left side and look in the bottom drawer. I had already cataloged it in my mind to where these things would be. So they didn't just have to go in and start tearing these things out. So that's when I realized by the time I was about 16, I was like, oh, I got this thing down packed. Okay, I can start helping instead of just being here not doing anything or just being in the way. So yes,
Wow.
I started walking into it. Yeah, very young.
That is awesome. I think that a lot of people do not understand that they could become very organized because I think it's a learned behavior.
Mm-hmm.
If you have someone that can really guide you through it and teach you through it. So I'm going to ask you this then. When I look at organization, you can do it in a home, you
Mm-hmm.
can do it in an office. I mean, so is there a difference between organizing a closet to organizing a desk and drawers? Is there a
Yes,
difference?
it is a
Okay.
difference. So when people ask me this, your office is your office. That's what, and I always tell people, I said this in one of our rooms that we did. If you are working from home, you have to distinguish your home time from your office time. So when I say distinguish the two, you have to know when to shut down and when to cut off your office mind. So let's say, for instance, you have a closet. Your closet is where you go and get your clothes from. Your desk
Mm-hmm.
is where you have all of your papers and you need to find your papers. So what I do is I go in and I color coordinate your closet. Some people love their closet from
Oh,
black and white all the
uh-huh.
way to their bright colors. Some people love
Okay.
their shoes from by brand. Let's I organize for Dr. Nikki a lot. I'm her organizer. I love her closet. She gives me free reign in her closet and
Uh-huh.
she loves color. So I know, let me start with her bright colors, with her reds and her oranges and her pinks and her purples. But when you walk
Okay.
into that closet, she's getting her vibrant. That's how she starts her day. Just like with her shoes, she loves Jessica Simpson. I make sure her shoes are categorized Jessica Simpson's first, and then so on and so on. Even with your desk, how you leave your desk at the end of the day is how you're going to start your
Oh
day.
boy.
So
Okay.
if
Come
your
on.
desk is at a disarray, guess what your day is going to be? You're going to be looking for this, you're going to be looking for that. It's not where you need it to be. So that's when you start breaking your day down in a breakdown time. I know my day starts at, I'm supposed to be in the office at 6 o'clock in the morning. My day ends at 5. So by 3:45, 4 o'clock, I'm starting to stack my papers away. What haven't I got finished? I have my stacker on the side. It's labeled things that I got finished for the day at the bottom, things that need to be finished tomorrow in the middle, things that I need to start on at the top. You take all of your pens and your pencils, you put them back in your pencil holder. Like for me,
Oh boy.
when I'm working at the herpreneur headquarters, I have a pencil organizer on my desk. Before I leave, I put my pencils and my pens and my highlighters back in there. All of my papers I know that I didn't get to for the day, I stack them up. I know where they are and I know where I need to start for the day. That goes back to your closet. You can go into your closet and pick out your outfit for the next day. But because your closet is organized, that's how you're starting off your morning. You're washing your face, you're brushing your teeth, and your
Wow.
outfit's already picked out because your closet is neat enough for you
It
to
did God.
go in and find the things that you need. So yes,
Whew.
your desk and your closet is two different things. Your closet is how you start your morning to get ready for the rest
Yes.
of your day. Your
Of
desk
the
is how you
day.
start your business to make sure that you're organized for the rest of the day.
This is so good, Takima. This is so good. I tend to um organize
Hmm.
by, and it didn't work for me. I tried to organize by pants and
Hmm.
shirt or whatever, and it really didn't work for me. Things still, because I didn't figure out that this pants, it just didn't work for me. But I think that if I try your system more about colors, I'll know that my black pants are down at this end, my yellow
Hmm.
blouses are out there. Maybe I want to wear this yellow top with this black pants that's down there,
Right.
and I go and get
Hmm.
it because I'm not the type of person that have to have someone pick out an outfit to match.
Right.
I am good at coordinating things myself, but I'm not good at keeping the closet organized after. No, don't mess with the shoes. The shoes are on point, they're organized. That closet, that's another story. So I love this conversation tonight. I see a lot of comments. Yes, one of my very good best girlfriends, Dr. Antoinette, is on here, DeAntoinette Robertson, and she is saying this is really good. She says, I need two rooms organized. And I know one of the things that you do is
Yes.
that you have had people fly you out where you
Yes.
have gone to their homes or their whatever and organize things. So this is a service that you offer where you're not just stuck to where you are. Plus, I
Hmm.
think that you do some things via Zoom as
I
well with
do.
people. So tell us a little bit about that.
So what I do, whatever it is based on what you need. I am a travel organizer. I just, I tell people fly me out. I do a consultation with you first via Zoom. You tell me what you need, and I base my consultation. I base what services I need to give you from the consultation that we have first. Then, if it's one of those things where you need to physically see me, we put a package together. I travel to you, and I help you do that. One of the things that I do, a lot of my clients are virtual. Some of them, they need me to walk them through it, organizing their computers. One of those things is I can get on Zoom, they can mirror their computer, they can open up their files, and I can move the things around for them, tell them where to
Wow.
put them, put them, how to label them. It's based off of what you need. It's the
That
need.
is awesome.
Yes, ma'am. It's
That
based.
is an awesome service. Go
Yes,
ahead.
it's
Sorry.
based off of your needs. A lot of people don't realize when it comes down to organization, they think that someone comes in and they just go through your house and they throw all of your stuff away. Everything
Mhm.
doesn't need to go in the garbage. Some things are sentimental, some things are things that you hold, that you hold dearly to your heart. Like I know with my mom, she holds a lot of my sister's things. My sister is deceased, but she holds a lot of those things close to her heart. So what I did was is I started her a box. So with the people that I know she wants to hold on to some of those things, you have this one designated box, and that's what you put those things in. So I
You
try
know
to make.
what? You are right in my head because this is the question. How do you help clients overcome emotional attachments to items they no longer need?
Oh, that's good. I kind of let them sit in it first. So when I say sit in it, it goes back to my scripture. Allow God to declutter your life. Luke 9:3. Things that you hold on to, it's a mental thing. So, say for instance, I had this shirt of my grandmother's. I had it for years. But I also had a picture on top of it. So I had to go to God and pray about it. Like, what, I see her face every day. I'll go to look at this picture, but I also have this shirt. This shirt symbolized the way she smelled for me. So when I missed her, I would smell
Wow.
this shirt and it would make me feel comfortable. So you have to distinguish, why am I holding on to this thing? So for me, it was the picture. I had two items. I had more than two. I had a doll, I had a Bible, I had a picture, I had a shirt and a purse. I'm not using the purse. Why am I holding on to the purse? The purse, number one, was old timey to me. So I had to ask God, like, why am I holding on to this purse? What is so significant about this purse? And I had to realize there was nothing there. It was just because it was my grandmother's purse. So then I went to the doll. Why do I have this doll? It's just sitting here looking at me and I'm looking at it. I don't have, at the time, I didn't have children to pass it on to. So why am I holding on to it? So I actually donated it to a daycare. So then when it
Mm,
came down to the Bible was my word. I remember my grandmother, she was a 7-day evangelist. She went to church all the time, 7 days a week. She was in church no matter what. She didn't miss church up until she got sick. So that's why I held on to the Bible, because my grandmother had me in church. But the
yes.
shirt symbolized, if I wanted to smell her or just
Her.
have her near, I
That
had that
emotion.
shirt. So
Mm,
I kept those three things: the picture, so I could see her, the shirt, so I
yes.
could smell her. But when I got discouraged, I could pick up her Bible, still had her notes in it, still had her favorite scripture marked, and read it. So you have to find out what that attachment is to those things that you're holding on to. Do you really need those things? Can you break those things down to one or two items? Like my items were three. With my sister now, I just have one, compared to I had half of her closet. I have one item from her. We have to learn
Wow.
that sometimes the emotional attachment is holding us from moving on.
Yes. And would you say that, listen, thank you for sharing, Sissy. I see you sharing. I see you all coming in over here on Facebook. I see you over here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is Around the Table. I am your host, Vision Coach Alicia. And this evening, my guest is the declutter coach, Takima Rogers. And listen, I see you all the way from St. John, Virgin Islands. I see you, Pastor Lisa Mackey. You are all the way on the East Coast. Goodness, I see you over here on the West Coast. I see you in Mississippi. Wow. Ladies, tonight, this conversation is so awesome because she is anointed to organize. The information that she's giving you, you can go back later on my YouTube channel and you'll be able to go over it. Takima is someone that you could bring to your house, to your office, because she is a traveling. Could you imagine that? Declutter coach. So let's get back to this conversation because I have two more questions and a couple of things I want to go over with you. What do you recommend for maintaining a clutter-free home on a long-term basis? What do you recommend?
Always, always taking time out at least once a month to get rid of
Ooh,
things. When you buy new things, go through your old things, because what's happening is we're buying these new shoes, we're buying these new clothes, we're buying these new purses. Some people, it could be kitchen stuff, like bakers, they love new tools to bake with. If you are in business, you love shoes, purses, suits. Whenever you buy, so my thing is when I buy something new, if I buy 4 items, I get rid of 5 items. So if I buy four,
wow.
I get rid of five. Whether it's a dress, a shirt, and a pair of pants. If I get a new pair of shoes, I get rid of 2 pair of shoes. If I buy a new purse, I get rid of 2 purses. Like right now, my thing is what I travel with, and yes, I'm about to put it out there. I love my I Speak Her tote. I have two of them. I have a black and white
Yes.
one, and I have an orange one. So depending on what my trip is going to be, how I'm going to be dressed, I decide on those two. But that's those are my two purses that I love, my totes that I love right now. So when I travel, I make room in my suitcase to put them in there. But when I got them, I got rid of two purses.
Awesome. And that's one of the other questions I have for you. How do you what would you recommend to people to cut down on bulk in their suitcases when they travel?
Oh, this is, I love this right here. A lot of people say that they're against packing cubes. I love packing cubes. Use me for example. I'm a working assistant. I'm a travel assistant. So my second home is Montgomery. So when I pack in a traveling cube, I carry towels, two face towels, one for my face, one for my body, of course. I could travel a hand towel when I do my facial routine to dry my face, and I travel with a big towel. That's what goes in my smaller packing cube. All of that plus my pajamas go in that small packing cube. Then when it goes to my outfits, I only carry what I need. I know if I'm coming in on Saturday, I'm going to pack for Sunday. I'm going to pack
Yes.
for Monday. I'm here from Saturday to Tuesday. And for me, whatever I wear on Tuesday, I fold it up, I put it back in my suitcase, or I clean it so I can wear it back home. I'm only packing what I need.
What
Um,
you need.
yes. So say for instance, people's like, oh, I don't like packing cubes. It prevents me from fitting what I need. If you pack what you need, you don't overpack.
We
When
don't
I
need 10 pairs of shoes when we're traveling,
No,
right?
no, even with
The
heels.
internet, yes. We don't need 10 pairs of shoes.
Right.
I'm
Even
messing
with
with, go
even with
ahead.
heels. A lot of people say, well, I need a different pair of heels for each color. No, you don't. You carry a clear pair, a black pair, and a nude pair. That's all you need. A lot of people think
Hmm.
they need 50 million pairs of shoes. You only need and a pair of tennis shoes. So you carry nude
Yes.
pair, black pair, and a clear pair, and a pair of tennis shoes. Just for instance, I see that someone said they had five beautiful children. Guess what? I'm
Yes.
about to change your life. Go to the store, buy you the shoe hangers. You know the hanger, the thing that you put on the back of your door and you put your shoes in it? Pack your kids in it. You can pack them for the week. You put their socks at the top, their shirts in one, and then their pants in one. Or you can do it by the day. You roll the outfits along with the underwear and the socks, and then you can add the shoes in there, fold it back up, and put it in a suitcase. You can pack all of
Mm,
your kids into one suitcase along with their toiletry bags and their shoes. So
wow. This,
that's a hack
you
that
know,
I use.
Takima, let's dig into this a little deeper.
Mhm,
She's saying, however, I have a hard time purging clothes.
mhm,
My donation centers near me don't allow for me to drop off bags of clothes anymore. I don't have any family. So she's trying to figure out what can you do if there is a center that don't allow you to drop off things. There are different I don't want to say states, but there are different organizations
mhm.
that you could find out
Yes,
where you may be able to donate to. You may not be able to
correct.
drop it off at a center, but there is shelters that you may be able to drop it
Yes,
off to. There may be a church you may be able to drop off some things to. So that's maybe something that you could look into, Miss Hazel.
yes.
Anyway, let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any more questions. Hi, Kalia. I see you over there. Thank you so much for coming in this afternoon. Let's go on with my other question I have here. What are the biggest declutter mistakes people make and how can they avoid them? What are the biggest declutter mistakes that people make?
I would say the one thing that people make, the mistake that people make is they pull everything out at one time. You
Ooh,
cannot, please
wow.
listen to me. As a declutter coach, I preach this all the time. You cannot go into whether it's your home, your office, your closet, or even a room and pull everything out at one time. It's going to overwhelm you. You have to take your time out and go section by section. Say, for instance, I'm in a closet. and I started pulling all the clothes off the rack. I'm not going to stop pulling all the clothes off the rack and move to the purses and pull all the purses out while I'm pulling all the clothes. Because guess what? Eventually, it's going to overwhelm me. I'm going to get tired. I'm going to wear myself out. Do it by sections. So for me, when I'm doing one of my clients' closets, I'll do all the clothes first. I'll purge all their clothes. I'll pull everything out as far as their clothes, just the clothing. I will lay it out. Then I will break it down. Shirts with the shirts, pants with the pants, dresses with the
Mm,
dresses, skirts with the skirts. And then I'll
okay.
bring the client in because it's overwhelming for them to see everything that they own or clothing wise laid out. And I'll allow them to purge it with me.
Okay.
If you've had something over 3 to 4 years, well, take for instance, if you hadn't worn it in the last 3 years, it needs to go.
It
If
needs
you
to
haven't
go.
worn it in the last 5 years and you're just now seeing it because you're purging your closet, there's no need of you keeping it. Because even if
Wow.
you put it back in there, who's to say you're going to wear it? If you hadn't worn it in three
Yes.
to 5 years, you're not going to wear it. So let's go ahead and get rid of it. And then once you get that organized, once you go to put it back, you put the dresses with you start color coordinating. You put all your
Mm-hmm.
dresses in one portion of your closet. You put all the shirts in one portion of your closet. You put all your pants and your skirts. And that's how you start off organizing. And slowly, and even when you pull it off, if it's not dirty or you've only wore it for a couple of hours, guess what I'm about to say? Take it off, put it on the hanger. Start training your mind. When I'm done with it, let me hang it back up and put it back in its proper place.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you have um near you our sponsor for tonight, the I Speak Her tote by any chance
I
nearby you?
don't, but hold on 1 second and let me see if I can go grab one.
Grab it, grab it. Listen, ladies, this is such an awesome, awesome organizer in everything that she does. I'd like you all to know that Speak Like a Boss is our sponsor for tonight. This is an academy that is ran by Dr. Nikki Ziegler. And here
Yes.
comes the tote. It's called I Speak Her. All the names of the ladies of the Bible, it's the Proverbs 31 woman. Inside, open it up to Kima, let them
Yes.
see. Inside,
So
there is an organizer
so
in
this
there. So it comes in so
is
many colors.
spacious.
Tell them about the
Yes.
bag.
I love my bag. Let's get into this bag. The leather on this bag is amazing. You can use a cloth and wipe it if it gets dirty. Soap and water cleans it. Look at all this space. It comes with an organizer. You can put the organizer in the purse. And what I love about this, you can carry your laptop, your iPad, your cell phone. You can organize it with the organizer that goes inside this bag. When I say I love my bag, I carry to church. I carry it everywhere I go, and I just love this bag. This is the yellow one. We call this lemonade with the pink on there. But yes, get your bag today. Get it, get it, get it,
Yes,
get it.
I have this bag in purple, you all. It's an organized bag. We're talking about
Yes,
organization tonight, and that's our sponsor for tonight, the Speak Heart Tote. So
yes.
please make sure that you all go on to Dr. Are you able to put a website up there?
I can
And
put it up there.
they
Yes, ma'am.
yes, so that they can go and get that tote. Promise you, you will be happy. Listen, I want to ask you a couple more questions and then we're going to go into your new project.
Yes,
Into your
ma'am.
new project. Listen, this next question is, can you give us just one or two tips about keeping your office organized?
Oh, one thing that I would tell you about keeping your office organized is to start with your desk. What do you need to get rid of on your desk? A lot of people like
On your
keeping
desk?
paper and holding paper.
Mm-hmm.
If it's paper that you haven't used or looked at in a couple of days, go ahead and get rid of it. Something else I like to tell people to do is purge their pens, their pencils. If you have at least 20 to maybe 30 pencils on your desk, Are you using those 10 to 20 pencils? Go ahead and purge those pencils and get those pencils out of your way. And number three would be, how do you make yourself feel comfortable at your desk? Is it a picture? Is it incense? Have that one thing that makes you feel
Ooh,
at home at your desk to make you feel
at your
comfortable.
desk. I
Mhm.
never thought about that. That is so awesome. That's why you are anointed to organize and not
Yes,
me.
ma'am.
I'm anointed to help you see your vision. The last question is about your tip. What would be a takeaway tip that you'd like to give someone about their closet?
The one thing that I would always tell people about their closet, make your closet your safe place of where you can wear whatever you want, however you want, and never let anyone tell you you can't be you and how you express yourself in your clothes. That's one thing I learned when I was growing up. People would always tell me I had to dress this way, but as I got older, I started realizing I like bold colors. I Of course, I even got to the point where the bold colors was on my hair. I'm just now getting to the point where I realize I'm getting older and I can't wear those bright colors. But never let anyone tell you you can't be yourself when it comes down to your closet.
Girl, that is so good. You just hit a nerve. I broke up with a guy years ago who would try to tell me how to dress because I was wild and I liked my style, and he was a conservative lawyer and he didn't like it. So you're absolutely right. You hit that right on the head. So let's go to this exciting part of your life. Last week, you released an ebook.
I
And
did.
man, tell us about this ebook, your new release, Ultimate Home Cleaning Schedules and Checklists. Tell us about it.
So let's start here. Someone spoke this book into me and they said, we need this book. Where's this book? I was actually, I want to say either Dallas or Houston. And my spiritual mother actually said, where's this book? I need this book. Came back home. I sat on this book for about a year. Um, I actually wrote the book. The book was there. It was ready to go. Shout out to Sonia Petman Sam. I told her what I needed. She got my cover to me. I had it. It was ready to go. I was just moving off of fear. I was like, well, nobody's gonna buy this book. I'm not gonna release it. It's not gonna sell. And we were in a meeting. My yes came from the Herpreneur Network. We were in our monthly meeting, and my servant leader, Dr. Nikki, said, who needs to repent? There's someone in here who has a testimony, but there's someone in here who needs to repent. And that was me. She was speaking to me, and I said, well, I need to go ahead and repent. um I have this book. It's been ready for a very long time, and I'm gonna release it on Monday. And she said, no, you're gonna release it in the next 15 minutes. So literally, I said, no, I'm probably, let me go ahead and release this in five. So I released it in 5 minutes, and within 5 minutes of releasing it, actually one of her classmates bought my book 5 minutes after I released it on my page.
That is awesome. And what is this book and what is it going to do for us? How much is it and where can we get it?
You can get the book off of my PayHip. I will actually put that link in here.
In
This
here,
book,
okay.
yes, this book, it's everything that I have in my brain, from how I schedule my day to how I make sure that my house is clean. I feel that God, your house is your safe place. When you're not in church, the church is the temple, but your house is that place where you go and hide. God even showed me while I was at home this week how they take the pastor behind the veil. Our home is our veil where we go and spend our time with God when we're at home, whether we're in our bedrooms or we're just spending time with family. That's our time to get our rejuvenation back. But you can't have a dirty house if you want to be, your mental space is good. If you want to have a positive place just to be. So I took everything that was in my brain and I scheduled it out, from how you can take 30 minutes to clean your bedroom. Some people it takes 2 hours, but it gives you a checklist on what to do in those 30 minutes. If you want to break it down into an hour, it gives you an hour to clean your bedroom, to clean your living room. It even gives
Mm-hmm.
you a schedule on how to clean your whole house in one day. It just breaks it down, but it gives you those challenges to challenge your mind. A lot of people get overwhelmed with cleaning their home. So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to give them something to challenge them to move forward, to get over the fear of it shouldn't take me this long to clean my house and not be
Yes,
over.
tackling the issues, tackling it. Yes, but how much is the book?
The book now is $25. You can get it on
Okay,
Yep. I'm actually gonna drop the link in here with us.
drop the link in here.
Yes.
Listen, you all need to go ahead and support this. I know that every one of us can use this book. We need to be able to declutter and also organize our life. And if we get this book, Ultimate Home Cleaning Schedules and Checklists, I promise you, you will see a change in your life. God has anointed this woman of God to be able to share this information with us. Not everyone can do this. I won't even attempt because that's not my lane. When we learn how to stay in our lanes and allow God to guide us and lead us into what it is we're supposed to do, we can stay out of trouble. So, Takima, I am just so excited for you and all that you're doing and all that God has given you through this book. And I believe that as you do it, there'll be oh, that's right. You had on this book, when I really looked at it, you had it said a limited edition,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Which
Um,
means,
go
go
get
ahead,
it.
which
Go
means
get it. Go get it. Go
go
get
get it.
it. Yes, ma'am.
Go
Go
get
and
it.
get it. Go get it.
I I'm telling you, this has been really good this evening. Ladies, all of you that came in and sat around the table with me, thank you so very much. Now go get your book. The link is in here. Grab
Yes.
it. It's only $25. As our leader says, it's two tens and a five. Go ahead, get
And
the
get
book,
book
and get
today.
started to a more organized and clutter-free life. I promise you, once you've done it, you may want to have Takima to come and take a trip. You may want to do a video call with her. She's available for you. So, how can they reach you?
You can reach me actually at Anointed to Organize on Facebook. You can actually reach me. I'm going to drop my link tree also in the chat. You can reach me via
Okay.
my link tree. That will help you. Um, and that's how you can reach me. And I see that we had a question. What is in the book? Oh, listen. Let me tell you what's in this book. Like I said, it's a checklist in the book to teach you how to break down your room into 30 minutes or an hour. You have challenges, you have 30-day challenges in this book. You have ways to organize your kitchen in this book. It breaks
Mm,
down the things that people struggle with on a day-to-day basis. One of the things that I do love that is in the book is the 30-day challenge. Some people need to be challenged. And in that 30-day challenge is giving you something to do in your home every day. So you're gonna have to go and you can post the calendar. It's something that you can set into your phone. Like for me, I have a timer set in my phone for every alarm that goes off. I'm doing something different in those 30 days on the same time every day. So when you do something repetitively, it's something that goes into your schedule. Something else that's in there is the actual checklist. Let's talk about this checklist. It breaks it down to what you need to check off. Say, for instance, you want your kids to get into helping you clean the home. You can actually give them a checklist that will help them clean their bedroom. But it's an A to Z checklist on how to clean your bedroom. It's an A to Z checklist on how to teach them to clean the bathroom, the kitchen. It's getting them in a routine to do those things on a daily basis.
whew, this is a lot. I'm going to have to bring you back for a part two at some other point. I want to say thank you so very much for
You're
dropping in this
welcome.
evening and being a part of Around the Table. I love sitting in the comfort of my home and just really being able to speak to those people who really love what God has given them to do. And I can tell that you love and you're
I
anointed
do.
for what God has given you to do. But before we leave, I have another pop up question for you. For your outside activities, I noticed that you do a lot of queenly type things. What is that
I
all about?
do. Yes, I am actually the current Miss. I am the Miss Internet All World Beauty's International Queen. I will be reigning for the next 2 years. I was crowned in 2024, July, between June and July of 2024. I've been doing pageantry since I was 5. It's just something that my godmother, she was a bishop. We went to a conference one year. She said, I want my baby to do this. And I've been doing it ever since. That is my outlet, because I organize a lot and I do a lot with my kids. I have an 18 and a 16-year-old, and they're getting older. So that's my outlet for myself. So I do adult pageantry. I have multiple titles. I actually, in the city that I'm from, which is Leeds, Alabama, I was the first Black African American to be a plus size title holder in my city. So that year that I won, I actually made history all at the same time. So that's just my outlet to be able to dress up in my gowns, because you don't dress up in gowns every day. To dress up in my gowns and my pageant attire and put my makeup on. Sometimes it's just one day, sometimes it's a full week, but that's how I let all my stress and all my anxiety and everything that I have just built up, I let it out on stage.
Wow. Takima, thank you again. Listen,
Yes,
her
ma'am. Thank
link
you for
tree
having me.
is in the chat. Her link tree is
Yeah.
in the chat. Go there, grab her book, get to know this woman, and I promise you everything around your house will change. Thank you so much again for being my guest this evening on Around the Table. I will see you on the other side. God bless you.
Love you.
Love you too. Listen, my guest tonight is just absolutely, absolutely amazing. Anointed to organize. She took us through the process of what organizing your home, organizing your office would look like. One of the things that she said that really, really made sense for me is when you're trying to organize, do not try to pull everything out at one time. Go do a section or go do a certain thing. If you're doing clothes, do clothes. Wait until you finish that to go in the kitchen and do pots and pans. So tonight, this was absolutely awesome. Please don't forget to support her. Go in the chat. Go to her PayHip. The book is only $25. It will help you to organize your life. And listen, you can catch me on all of the media channels on the Boss Business Coaching. I'm there as on my business page as Boss Business Coaching. On YouTube, it's Boss Business Coaching. On Facebook, I'm Alicia George. So listen, y'all, it's time for last sip with you. Really good, just like this show was tonight. I'll see you next week, Friday, at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for a seat around the table where we have table talks. Again, I'm Vision Coach Alicia, and I will see you next week. God bless you.